Hello, and we are back with more Knights of the Old Republic. I was just gonna walk back to the submersible, and you know, just kind of get us further along in this so that you guys wouldn't have to watch me walk back. But apparently, this dark apprentice guy was like, he wants to start some bullshit with me, and I don't know. He's just gonna have to take 3 sabers through the appendix, heart, and liver. So, you were on the Endar Spire. You killed Trask.
Your words mean nothing to me.
I don't even remember who Trask is. I'm very tired, people. I just wanted to get one of these in. I just had some stuff I was thinking about, and I got like literally no Darth Brandon over here. Jesus Christ, what an uninteresting name. I might. Well, I guess I can't. If I take the level up, maybe. No. So Karth has a level up product over here, and I think it's when he gets the level up that he actually gets the health boost. So, but everybody's generally at full. The shitty thing is that I didn't save because I didn't think that going through this door back to the submersible would actually do anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this dude in stasis. Just stasis is the priority. There you go. Thank you. And then after that, I want you to stasis that dude. And then after that, I want you to stasis that dude. Then I want you to just barrage this guy in the middle. And then I'm gonna use Master Speed and Force Armor. And can I save? I don't know if I can actually save. We'll see if this fight is winnable at this point. But what the hell? Yeah, let's just do it. Dude, the guy on the left just didn't. He's just not a team player, I guess. God, he broke stasis so fast. What a douche. Oh, and he like paralyzed both of my homies too. Man, what a douche. A doucherino. I guess just spam flurry. Oh, this guy sucks, man.
Time to rumble.
He's really just a waste. Oh, did he get healed? What a douche. Alright, stop. Oh, he's doing some heals to me. Yeah, continue with your heal, but after that, stasis this dude. The freaking Ringling brothers over here are just about to jump on my ass. And then stasis him. Just keep stasising people. And you can just keep rapid shotting.
Ready?
Thanks for the heals, man. You're really coming in clutch. There you go, please. Just stop them from zapping me. His health goes up so much, so quick. Alright, I need a life support pack. No. Just... God damn, this game sucks sometimes. I'm clicking on the life support pack and it's like, do one more flurry. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, he silenced me. Why is this guy heal for so much, so fast? It's just insane. Oh, and now he's frozen. No, everybody's fucking frozen. Stop healing! As soon as Jolie goes back up. He's such a bitch, dude. And now Jolie is flying around doing the stuff that he did to everybody else. You want to take this level up? Maybe this will get you to kill everybody. I don't know. I don't think it's how it works, but I'm just living on a prayer here. You don't... I guess heavy weapons? Is there anything I can just make it so that you're not... dueling? That's not what I want. Toughness, I guess. Don't die. That would be a nice... Oh, his health... It seemed to have gone back up to 100 there. He slayed my dude. We're just gonna get wrecked almost immediately here. Watch. It's over. Wow. Alright, well, we are back with more or less the Knights of the Old Republic. Okay, that was my prior save. Wait, fuck. This is... Yeah, alright, cool. So yeah, back with Knights of the Old Republic again. Sorry, I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep last night. I just felt like doing one of these. And I know that we're going to be trajecting towards Korriban now, and that's one of the better parts. I think Korriban is actually in both games, in Knights of the Republic 1 and 2. So it's like a pretty notable location in both games. Because it's the I don't know if it's a big spoiler or anything, but it's the training. It's basically like one of the home worlds of the Sith, and they actually changed the name of it because people were, in the newer material, people were getting it confused with Coruscant, and so they changed it from Korriban to Moraband, and a lot of people were really looking forward to that planet being in some of the newer movies because it's like a part of a lot of like the really cool material in like the extended universe, like stuff like this, but it never came up, and they opted to make their own planets, which is fine, but I mean, we know how those movies turned out. But yeah, so I think we're gonna have to buff up here. Force armor, extra speed,
Yes?
and then Night Valor, Night Speed. Do it. And Force armor. And then gonna hit that hot save. Nice. Alright, sweet. I'm gonna save the level because it does seem to heal him. Darth Brandon, he's so whack, dude. He's just like this pale. He what is it? The coronavirus doesn't exist starter pack where they have like the dude with that goatee and like the Ray-Bans or whatever it is, like the hunting Ray-Bans without the like bottoms, and the what are they? The those like big chunky white shoes. Oh, I can't remember the name of the brand. It's just ugh. You're a fool if you think you can defeat me. You're definitely a fool. The thing is I was focusing. I thought he was going to die like pretty early. Wait, what? All of my buffs are gone as soon as I talk to this guy? Hold up. Let me reload. Because maybe I just took too long talking about that shit. And like it just erased all of our buffs. Like, why am I even putting these on if they're not going to matter when I get into the combat here? What?
At last.
Okay, now they're here. That was so weird. They just weren't. They just had already like de-applied by then. It's kind of like Divinity where you apply buffs, but like it's supposed to be like D&D where like a turn in D&D is supposed to be 6 seconds, and so if you cast things out of battle, you really don't have them for very long. But you need to like have all your buffs ready and then immediately start battle so you don't like lose everything you just put on yourself in like one turn. It's like very similar to how this is. So, oh, Jolie is frontlining? What the hell? What's wrong with you, man? Jolie, you gotta like, you're definitely not our frontliner. And then I just want you to just start. We got like so many grenades, why don't we just use them, you know? Let's see how this goes.
Yes.
He already broke out of this. Look at that. Fuck you, get out of here. You're already dead, pussy. You're already dead, loser. Look at that. COVID isn't real. Yeah, right, bud. He says as soon as he develops pneumonia and just dies instantly with all of his other leotard homies over here. Like, what is this that they're wearing? They're wearing, like, these, like, romp hymns, you know? Like, these one-piece, like, suits with, like, backpacks on them. Like, what is this? And it's gray? Not very summer of you, man. Did you see how crazy, like, how instantaneously we beat those dudes? Like, just, like, he was healing for so much. Like, I had just, like, moved my attention to someone more important, and he just healed literally everything back. But because we just casted stasis, like, over and over, he had, like, no opportunity to not get Master Flurried to death. So, yeah, there's plenty of, like, dumb exploits in this game. I haven't been all that impressed with my character, but it's because I took the dual wielding super late for, like, really no reason other than me not just being a dingus, you know what I mean? Like, that's really the only explanation I can give. Yeah, but things have been okay recently. Some stuff that might get brought up later, so I don't necessarily want to talk about it now. Oh, look, Rondo Wan is over here. Roland Wan trying to give me the talk.
I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
The construction woke something up.
Something was down there? Living in the rift by the Kolto?
A gigantic Phyraxan shark that drove all the Cellcath insane. Yep. This is a really weird face mask they got here, by the way. Like, very easy. There's, like, literal, like, direct pencil lines to, like, stabbing your own face while trying to put this on. It makes no sense.
It's horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors?
The harvesting machine was destroyed. Yes.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that I thank you.
Yeah, don't move the goalpost on me right before you, don't move the goalpost on me right before you hand me the damn credits, man. Republic Dictarians will do fine, homie.
As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
Thank you, Holmes. 500? Oh, please. What's up, Roland? Are y'all good? You good, man? Oh, shit. Yeah, you can actually, like, completely destroy this planet and you won't be able to come back here.
I trust you have been discreet concerning the events. Should the Cellcath obtain proof of what occurred down there, the consequences for the Republic would be severe. For both our sakes, I hope you are smart enough to keep silent on this matter. Truth be told, I'm uncomfortable even with us being seen together. The rumors are already plentiful enough among the Cellcath about the Republic's role in this.
Maybe a bribe would ensure my silence?
A beautiful place, Sato City. A paradise on the water. But remember, obey the Cellcath law. Then I shall...
Thank you, Roland. Man, this is such a good game. It's like zen for me to come back here sometimes and just, like, feel good about being in a good Star Wars game.
If you got a problem, go talk to our diplomatic representative. Don't bother me with it.
Jeez, thanks. But yeah, things have been alright. A lot of kids started going back to school over here. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna take me into... What? Why did my, like, party members instinctually be like, I don't want to fuck with this, man. Y'all on your own. I'm gonna sell the homie out like Ray Lewis, dude. Shh. You have been known to have asked questions about this, and our spy monitors recorded you leaving a submersible that descended into the rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we will be forced to take you by force. I'll come peacefully. I don't want the dark side points, and I kind of like the law segments in this Manon, even though there's like 3 of them potentially. I guess this is the 3rd. We are gathered here today to ask you, did you do the things we recorded you doing on video camera? No? But if they could do that, the whole system could. Silence! This is not for outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in a most difficult situation. The Hrakat Rift is the most precious resource on Manon, and anything that threatens it or the Kolto it produces threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, and our way of life. As much as we may admire your republic and your order in particular, I believe you will have a hard time explaining your role in this incident adequately. We have determined that you are responsible for the detonations that occurred near the Harakat Rift. We demand to know what occurred down there. If the Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us, the repercussions should be very grave indeed. What have you done to the Rift? Nothing happened at the Rift. Force persuade! It didn't work. Do not try to manipulate us with your powers. You only have one chance left to tell us the truth. The explosions are at the research station. Both are government set up there. The research station? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The council will hear nothing of this, and you will keep your silence or be ejected from the court. But we cannot. Silence! A fissure? What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosion? The machinery had woken up a giant Phyraxan shark. A giant Phyraxan? Could it be? Impossible, it is only legend. But he said he killed it, didn't he? You killed the shark, human? The machine was making it drive everyone mad. The progenitor, it must have been. This is merely a myth and not fit for outsiders to hear. But it was the Lifebringer, the ancestor of our species. Think of what this could mean. It was always laid there. Then perhaps the Kolto. But he saved it. He destroyed the harvesters to save it. Indeed, this casts your actions in a new light, human. This, I believe, will require more thought, both on your actions and what we must do in response. The court will adjourn while we deliberate. Actually, we still want to give you the death penalty. You lost by. They're like, we don't believe in harboring criminals. It's way too expensive, and you've destroyed our only way of paying for you. So you've delivered yourself your own death sentence. It's way cheaper. We thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant shark. We will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show our gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. The trial is now over. Damn. Good thing I didn't wipe. The first time I played this, I totally wiped the fish people. I killed all of them on accident because I couldn't, because that machine thing was so annoying where I had to like reset all of the pumps. It made like no sense. So I was like, fuck this, they're all gonna die, I guess. They don't want to talk to me, I guess. They're like, no, Karth?
Ready.
Thank you. Okay, alright.
Yes?
Yes? They just all don't want to talk to me now. Well, alright, I guess we're making headway to Korriban. But yeah, as far as COVID stuff goes at the moment, generally things were improving for quite some time. And what am I saying? I'm so tired. This is not true. I'm just talking straight out of my butthole here. Things are getting worse. Now things seem to be improving, and come on, dude. Who is taking so long? Karth? Jesus, dude. It's finally, the cases in New York started slowing, or like getting lower, and then the cases in Florida actually planed off, or like just leveled out. And oh, can I go straight back to? I can just go straight back. Yep. The other cases in Florida like leveled out, but everybody just went back to school, so I'm imagining that the cases are going to skyrocket again. And this was probably discussed already in what the hell? What are you talking about? that's a cheery thought. I guess there's nothing more we can do but continue our search for the star maps. I hope things work out for her and for us. The little girl ran off the ship, the stowaway. I couldn't figure out. I figured I would just get back to her later. But, thanks, Zalbar, for letting me know that. But, yeah, what am I thinking? Yeah, so one of the reasons why this second half of COVID hasn't been so great is because I got COVID. I think I probably picked it up from the surface for just not washing my hands enough, but I didn't give it to anybody, which was a nice thing to find out, because I had a bunch of people do tests that I had been in contact with, and 100% of them, including Gwen, who I had been physically intimate with, always around, blah, 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 making out with, did not get COVID from me somehow, right? And I don't know, like, I know people that have had really rough goes with it, and I know people who have died from it, but it is like, it kind of like makes, it's part of the reason why this shit is so complicated, because it's hard to like draw like a line. Like if this was like the Black Plague and people were just like dropping dead in the streets, like everyone was, then there would be much more serious measures. But because it's like a virus that has such a varied effect on who it is, and it especially affects older or African Americans, older people, and then like African Americans to a lesser extent more than any other ethnicity, or people that are overweight. It seems like people don't seem to care, and especially like even overweight people that I've known have gotten it and been fine. So it's just so like, I don't know. I think that's why like there's so much division about it, and how like the response to it. But I think we should talk up some of our crewmates, because we haven't gotten the chance to interact with some of them in quite some time. So what up, Juhani? How you been? How's this room doing you?
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I'm a Padawan? I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Let's talk about your past more. That interests me. Also, can you get this like a black Naboo fighter ship off of my face? It's like a kind of like an art mock-up, like a reimagining of that ship with no paint on it, and it's stuck to my nose. Can you maybe peel it off? I'd appreciate it. You're a good friend.
Well, I suppose I haven't talked very much about the Jedi I met back home. All of them, were so very invigorating.
Invigorating? Ooh la la.
They were so very alive, so full of hope and energy and zeal. In retrospect, I can see it was a little bit tragic.
Tragic?
Well, yes. These Jedi were going to fight the Mandalorians just after they had invaded. Many of those Jedi perished in the fighting, but to us, they seemed invincible. Especially their leader, who they talked about all the time. Paragons of light and justice, sweeping away all iniquity before them. It was like looking at gods.
Damn straight, I do look divine. Hey, baby, check my drip. It's all brown. It's the same thing you're wearing. We both look good.
I can only assume that was some misguided attempt at humor. I was using poetic license. But those Jedi, they were enthralling. Everyone wanted
well, that stung a little bit. Thanks, Juhani.
People thought it would bring them luck. Not that the peace they brought lasted very long.
What happened?
The Jedi left. The people grew complacent. Those who had been wronged saw their chance at revenge. And so the cycle continues. The oppressed become the new generation of oppressors. The human oppressed, that is. The non-humans were never treated well in any case. We felt the brunt of both administrations.
Was it that bad?
Of course it was. They took their frustrations and hates out on us because the people they wanted had already fled or were too well protected. But no one looks out for the injustices we suffered. Oh no, but I am sorry. I should not have outbursts like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with your history of, killing your master and trying to kill me. So, it's not like you don't have the rap sheet, lady.
Don't you see? The very fact I mentioned it means it has its influence. Anger can lead to the dark side, and I must be ever careful that I do not fall back into those ways. I thank you for your support. My outburst was uncalled for, but you did not lash back at me. You are a much better Jedi than I, it would seem. But let us not speak more of this now. We should continue on our journey. Perhaps later we will talk again.
You're here. She had that whole opinion that I do. If you have to ask a question about whether it is or isn't, it isn't, man. If there even is a question, then that already implies the answer. What's up, Z? You have anything to say about yourself, Zalbar? I don't know, we just haven't had a good bro talk in a while.
You have seen more than I would have allowed, and taught me some things too. I am grateful for that. It will be a while before I know what my role will be in making Kashyyyk truly free. I have a lot to learn.
Why did you want M'Baka's sword, man?
I'm not sure I really know. Father expects much of me. I guess I do as well. I think when I've learned enough, I'll bring it back to Kashyyyk. What happens then, we'll see.
I'm sorry we can't stay on Kashyyyk longer.
You and I have important things to do, and I don't feel bad about leaving this time. I know I'll be welcomed back.
Yeah, let's get going. Thanks, Big Z. What's everybody else doing, man? I'm trying to hit up the crew. What you been up to? Julie, we haven't even talked that much. I mean, I know. How you doing with your homie getting sent to prison and everything? It's a rough bit out here. Why did you decide to come with me, man?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of a synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, I'm if you don't want to answer the question, old man, no, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know,
I'm you from the future. That's what he looks like.
Ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you annoy this person endlessly too? Is that a comment on my breath? It could be the starship sitting right on my upper lip here.
No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
It's like a hurricane before I go insane. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Is that what you see around me?
Well, it's not so much a hurricane as a slight breeze. But that doesn't mean anything. Destiny is sometimes in the eye of the beholder.
Then why did you even bring it up?
That poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
No half measures, huh? Is there supposed to be some hitting meeting?
Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking here, homie?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well.
So thousands of years ago.
Andor to whatever the Force intended. Now,
whoops.
you probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it.
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too, or this could have just been gurgling noises. No, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
This is kind of a fucked up story, dude.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recover. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
I hate you, old man. How can you even be sure Andor was responsible?
What, are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Alright, I'll see you in about 50 years when I become you. What's up, Candy? What's up, Big Can? The Big Can, the Big Tuna. You got any more stories about you blowing up planets that you want to roll on about? What about the Mandalorian Wars?
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
How much did you lose? Like $40?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
And you came to Terrace.
Yeah, I came to Terrace. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Terrace and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Terrace could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
You're a worthy companion, dude.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. HK... There's maybe a way to learn more about Mr. HK-47 over here, but we'll save that. We'll save that for another time. I think I'm gonna try to do all the side quests before I get on to the end. Is Mission around? Where is she at? Mission? Hello? He was supposed... I guess... Nope. This is like the rest quarter where they keep the homies who are catching some Z's. I think Jolie was in here or something. Where's everybody? I think they should be on the map. Basil's up here. So is Karth. We'll talk to them in a minute. I just want to make sure everybody's doing good. What up, T3? You're a piece of shit that sucks at fighting, but at least you're cute. You don't talk much, do you? Just chime in if you have any advice. Thanks. Did we not go this way? I think this is where... It's the old man quarters. This is Mission here, right? Yeah.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
I want to talk about your brother.
Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of what we're doing. Let's just get back to the task at hand. Is there anything else I can help you with? Okay.
Okay, I've progressed your thing as far as I can. I just realized, so Jolie has a lot of these like stun and freeze skills, right? I think I've talked to everybody except for Basil and them. Jolie has all these like stun and freeze spell skills. I don't think that actually makes it like easier or harder for me. I don't think it like, I think if I took those skills, which I'm capable of getting even at my class, it doesn't make them any worse. It just means they maybe cost more. So like, because I was thinking of not running Jolie on this next one just because, just like I want to keep it mixed up. Maybe I'll bring Juhani in Basila or something, or like Mission Bas. I'll probably mix it up while I'm on the planet, but I was just thinking, like, he's so strong, like, it just steamrolls everything, and I was thinking maybe I'll just, I don't know. We'll see. How are you doing, Basila? I fucking played with you in like a zillion episodes.
How can I help?
Can you show me one of your visions again?
I can try. What would you like me to recall?
Oh.
Then I suggest we...
I can just go look at the cutscenes again. Tell me why you want revenge on Saul so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
It just seems to be more personal, dude. Like, I don't know, I'm just trying to, like, you know, shoot the shit with the homies before we go fight some evil Jedi, you know? Is it so wrong?
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
Well, I wouldn't have asked you if I didn't want to hear about it, so you should just start fucking talking, or I'll just start fucking, you know, pushing you out of the the pilot seat here, and you can chill with the fish people on this planet.
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
I'm sorry, homie. Sorry for your loss.
Of course not. How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was your, how was your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. Now, I had planned on leaving soon to join her.
What happened to your son?
His name was Dustil, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we're off. Off to, let's see, Tatooine, Korriban, Dantooine, Kashyyyk, Yavin. Yavin is the DLC stuff, so we'll go to that after we go to Korriban, and then we'll do whatever after that. So, yeah, let's go to Korriban. Let's hit it. A new planet, finally. And one of opposite color to our current planet of Manan. Because Korriban is like a red, like, evil pyramids kind of place. I know, like, I think this game has a better, like, both games have good Korriban segments, but this game has a particularly good Korriban segment. I think especially if you're a Dark Jedi, or you're, like, along that alignment, you get some cool stuff in this part of the game, but, yeah, I didn't get to elaborate anymore, but yeah, I got COVID and I didn't. Oh shit! What? Every time it's just like the first couple episodes, huh? Like every time I try to get into describing something,
we're caught in their tractor beam.
Immediately get cut off.
Recognize the ship?
Jesus.
It's the Leviathan, Saul Careth's vessel. My old mentor.
Yeah, good thing we just talked about him, homie. I bet maybe I needed to have that conversation before I was allowed to have this interaction. I think this is Malik's ship anyway, so maybe not. We'll see. He put his glasses back on, his little war goggles.
He was a legend in the Republic fleet and a hero to me until he betrayed us.
Yeah, I know. You told me like 10 minutes ago.
The Leviathan, which is Saul Careth's flagship, was at the head of the fleet.
He's like, if I didn't already tell you this, here's the synopsis.
Died in the Sith bombardment.
Here's the snapshot, you know. My fiber flight. Don't do anything you'll regret, Karth.
I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I mean, and I won't throw our lives away in some mad quest for vengeance, but if I get a chance to kill Saul during our escape, nobody better get in my way.
Talk of an escape is somewhat premature, don't you think? We don't even have a plan to get out of this mess yet.
I'll admit, it won't be easy. Saul's no fool, and he won't underestimate us either. You can count on plenty of guards watching every move we make.
Maybe Admiral Kareth doesn't know how many of us there are on board. We all have special talents. Talents we could exploit so that one of us could stage a rescue. We just have to figure out who has the best chance to...
Oh, this is like the Mass Effect 2 mission. I don't think I ever did this. I think this is her talking to Karth. Is there some way you can use... let's see. Karth knows Saul the best. He can get us out of this.
The Admiral will be watching the three of us far too closely for any plot involving you, me, or Karth to succeed. It's going to be up to one of the others to get us out of this.
Well, if we're gonna pick someone to save our skins, we better do it quick. In another minute, we're gonna have Sith troops marching up our loading ramp.
This is exactly it. Let's see. Well, if we're gonna pick someone to save our skins, we better do it quick. Another minute, we're gonna have to do, who do you want to be? Let's see. I'm just gonna, like, not mission, but let's see. Just...
I don't think I could use my force powers to convince a whole squadron of troopers to let me go free, but maybe I can use it to get them to take me to a separate cell. They'll probably only leave a single guard to watch over an old man like me. I could use the force to convince the guard to set me free. Then I could free the rest of you.
Put an awful lot in your abilities to offer mines, Jilly. I think we need a better plan.
I've learned a few things in my time, kid.
So that's what he wants to do. Mission, what do you think?
Maybe I can goad the guards into making a mistake. If I get them mad enough, they might put me in a separate cell to punish me. With them focusing so much on you three, I might be able...
It's too dangerous.
It's a risk we have to take, Big Z. I can slice my
Oh
way
damn,
through
we're in here now.
Don't worry. I can pull this
That was
off.
pretty quick, Karth. They might kill you.
The decision is yours. You're in charge. But I know I can do this.
What do you think, Candace?
You could give me a shot to delay my healing mods from kicking in. A small incendiary grenade will leave burn marks that look like I was injured while making repairs to the ship. Make my wounds bad enough, and the Sith will drag me off to the morgue or the medical facility to die. When my healing mods kick in, I'll come back and save the rest of you.
You're not immortal, dude.
I'm the best chance we've got, and everyone knows it. But you're the boss, so I'll bow to your authority. I still think it's best, unless you've come up with another plan.
What do you think, HK?
Statement. My construction includes a reserve memory chip and backup power supply that automatically kicks in if I have been shut down too long. Deactivate my main circuits and wipe my memory chip. The Sith will take me to the junk heap, and I can come rescue the rest of you after I reactivate.
What if they disassemble you?
Answer. That is possible. My reserve power supply is a prototype yet to be tested, yet I can attempt this task, if you wish.
Juhani, what do you think?
You speak the truth. I alone of all the group might be able to remain hidden if the Sith search the ship. I could wait until the guards have completed their search, then come to rescue you.
It's much of a long shot. No, not you either, Juhani.
But I will bow to your decision.
Who did we not talk to? T3, Mission, Juhani. What about Z?
Is that wise? We need someone inconspicuous for this task, and Wookiees tend to draw a lot of attention, especially from arresting troops. Maybe you should go with someone else.
Okay, so definitely don't use Big Z. What do you think, T3?
Well, the droid's right. If we disable him, the Sith will probably wipe his memory chips and take him to the junk pile. But if we can rig a backup memory chip with a timer, when it kicks in, the little fellow will be reactivated and he can come find us.
I'm afraid the Sith will melt him down before his backup chip kicks in.
Well, that's a risk we might have to take. Unless...
Who sounds the best? Mission's pretty thievy. Candace just wants to fight everybody. Juhani is like, I'm gonna use the Force and I'm gonna use it again and then a third time. I think this is who I'm gonna get stuck with in this fight, so...
You speak the truth.
Oh, wait. No, we're having Jolie do this.
They'll probably...
Alright, Jolie, let's do it.
Hold on. They're dragging us into the docking bridge.
I have this suspicion that if I pick somebody else, I'm gonna, like, if I pick T3, I'm gonna end up having a fight with him.
As you ordered, Commander. Excellent. Have you searched the ship thoroughly? Admiral Kareth warned me to be on alert for any kind of treachery. We found an old man in the back. I think we should keep him separate from the others for questioning.
A strange request. And why do you think this old man should be segregated?
I'm not sure, Commander. After speaking with him, I just think we should question him away from the others. I agree, Commander. After speaking with the old man, I think we should question him away from the others.
Very well. The Admiral is probably...
This old man. What about this old man? I mean, I'm an old man. You guys can't tell under this, but I mean, I don't think it's all that prudent that you would... I don't see what the danger the elderly would put onto a ship like this. I mean, we're not driving or, you know, being in charge of motor vehicles, so I really don't appreciate the lean against us.
Every night, even as I promised myself I will kill you for what you did to my homeworld.
Did you learn nothing in your time under me? As a soldier, you should understand the casualties.
Man, he's got some bad British teeth there, man.
This was an act of war.
Not all British people have bad teeth, but it is a funny stereotype. It's like his mouth doesn't like come together correctly. Look at it.
The innocent must die. The Sith would not accept me until I proved I had truly turned my back on the Republic by bombing the planet.
My wife died in that attack, Saul. And for that, I swear I'll kill you.
You used to be a man of action, not of empty words. Cling to your lust for revenge if you must, but spare me your tired threats. I've heard them all before. You're an insignificant part of these events anyway. Lord Malak is far more interested in your Jedi companions. He has big plans for them.
We will never serve Malak or the dark side. The Sith will be destroyed, Admiral Kareth, as will you if you don't turn away from this path.
Your words are brave, Bastila, but the lure of the dark side is hard to resist. Or so I've been told. I wonder if your companion is as devoted to the light as you are.
For the right offer, I could probably be convinced now.
You're defiant. I'm certain Malak will find your loyalty to the Jedi amusing. The Dark Lord would probably reward me if I just killed you once and for all, but he may want to question you given the trouble you've caused him, and the history between you.
The history? What are you talking about? What you talking about, man? The eyebrow raise? You gave him the rock right there.
Oh, this can't be true, can it? You really don't know what's going on here, do you? Well, I won't be the one to deprive Malak of the pleasure of telling you himself. The Dark Lord will no doubt torture you for information and for his own twisted pleasure. Eventually, you will tell him everything. The Sith can be very persuasive. However, Lord Malak is in another sector. It may be some time before he arrives, so I suppose I will have to fill in for him until then. Activate the torture fields.
Oh, maybe I'm playing as Jolie then?
Enough. I don't want them to pass out before I question them. Malak will appreciate any information.
Don't waste your breath, Saul. We won't answer any of your questions.
I'm sure you won't. However, we both know your friend's loyalties have proven in the past to be somewhat flexible.
Dun dun dun. What are you talking about?
I am interrogating you, not the other way around. You will answer questions, not ask them. It is time to put your loyalty to the test. I doubt torturing you will gain me your true.
Then why did you even do it?
Your will is too
then what was the point of this?
However, even the strongest of heroes has trouble watching those they care about suffering.
Evil bad guy technique number 1.
Answer or give me a false answer. Bastila will suffer.
I won't betray the order even to save Bastila.
My pain is meaningless. Tell him nothing.
I tire of these games. Now I want answers. On what planet is the Jedi Academy at which you were trained?
Butthole Prime. Jedi Academy, I have no idea what you're talking about, homie.
Very well. This is the price of your resistance. Enough. You see what happens when you try to defy me. This first question was a test. Obviously, Malak knew the Academy was on Dantooine, and it has since been destroyed by our fleet. Dantooine is an empty graveyard.
Oh, shit.
Nothing is there but a smoking ruin and the charred remains of your former masters.
I never liked them anyways. Oh my god. You'll pay for this crime, you and all the Sith. I don't seem to be that concerned.
More empty threats.
We Sith prefer to let our actions speak for us. Perhaps that is why we are winning this war. Now, tell me your mission. How were the Jedi planning on using you to stop Lord Malak and our Sith Armada?
I'm not gonna betray the Jedi, bro. Have you gotten a feel for this yet? You told me that you don't think torture will work. I don't care, bro. I'm a Jedi. I got iron will.
Perhaps you need a reminder of the consequences of refusing to cooperate.
No. Pain!
Listen, can you not hear her suffering? You can spare her further pain by simply answering my questions. Now I will ask again, on what mission did the Jedi Council send you?
This doesn't accomplish anything, homie. Also, I got out of the prison somehow.
Perhaps another lesson is in order.
No! I you no mercy! No!
That's like what she sounds like. She's like having like a comical fall down like a set of stairs, you know?
When Malak arrives, you will learn my interrogation techniques are considered merciful among the Sith. I will leave you here in your cell with a small taste of the horrors you will suffer when Lord Malak arrives.
Oh!
Don't try to move too quickly. You might not be fully recovered yet. Admiral Karath had his guards continue to torture you even after you passed out.
They tortured all of us, though you got the worst of it by far. Saul wanted.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like you got it pretty bad, Vasila.
The dark side has perverted him, Karth. Once you start down the tainted path, it leads you ever further into the depths of evil.
Once you start down that taint, it leads straight to the butthole, man. There's no other place it could go to. Don't you ever get tired of being so preachy?
Yes. I suppose you're correct. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that hope in the face of such unbridled cruelty. But you speak the truth. I suppose I'm taking the news of Dantooine's destruction.
It sure sounds like it.
First Taurus, now the Academy. Is there no end to the killing?
I mean, it doesn't seem so. It is called Star Wars, after all. It's not called Star Peace, homie.
I'd like to believe that Saul was lying to us. But even as he said the words, I knew they were true. The Academy is gone. We should have felt a disturbance.
It's not called Nothing Happens in the Stars because everybody just kind of gets along.
I fear the dark side is growing stronger, casting shadows our vision cannot pierce.
It's not called Star Annoyance. Star Skirmish.
And Zar. I cannot imagine all of them being gone. In any case,
Star Misdemeanor.
None of this will matter if we don't get out of this prison before Saul gets back.
Everybody looks like they have earrings because of the light underneath them. My dude just looked like he was like I don't know, just funny. They all just look like they're part of like a George Michael like backup dancer or something. Where is he now?
Saul mentioned that Lord Malak was on his way. I think the Admiral left to prepare for his arrival and to report the results of our interrogation.
It is fortunate you were able to resist the Admiral's questioning. The fate of the galaxy could be changed by revealing the slightest piece of vital information.
Well, it helps that I didn't really care if you got attacked.
Just a moment. When part of me was hoping you would tell him what he wanted to know, just to make the horrible pain stop.
The only reason I stayed silent was to watch you suffer? Saul would have tortured us no matter what I told him. I mean, I can't get the romance if I don't hit one, though.
I know you would never do anything to intentionally cause me pain, but you did the right thing. I don't honestly know if I could have been as strong in your position. To watch you suffer like that, it might have been too much for me to bear. Did you feel that? A disturbance in the Force. The Admiral has sent his message. The Dark Lord knows we are here now. Malak is coming.
Well, then we better hope Jolie busts us out of here before he arrives.
Yeah, come on, Joey.
God, I need to speak with you.
What do you want, old man? You better not be trying to call
It's the old man again.
The cell is too drafty. My old bones...
Don't forget, I'm old.
We don't want that. You better let me out.
Yes, it's too drafty in there. Your old bones might catch a chill. We don't want that. Get out of there.
Oh, what is you doing, old man stuff?
Out, Sonny. That was wrong. Admiral Karath won't be too happy with you disobeying his orders.
Yes. What I did was wrong. Very wrong.
You deserve to be locked up in the cell for disobeying
It's kind of fucked up with the what Jolie and the Jedi can do to people, man. Why is it that... Here's a weird question. Why is it that only the good Jedis ever seem to use the Jedi persuasion, right? Like, why... If the Sith are capable of, like, controlling people's minds, why aren't they just doing this all the goddamn time in Star Wars?
Goodbye, Sonny.
It seems like such an obvious evil power for them to have, you know? Hey, cell door, punch it. Alright, that don't work. Where's my gear? Oh, it's probably in the full locker over here. Yikes. Don't I have... Night speed. Yeah, force armor. And I'm gonna do... suppress. Oh, that just binds his force powers. Now beat his ass. Beat his ass, old man. Old man strikes.
My power is not a weapon. My power is all around you.
It's like when Thrall fights Gromish, or Grom's son from WoW, and Grom's son is like insane Rodian. What the hell? Hold on, let's get this shit. Let's get this good shit. Ride equipment? Ah, where is my clothes and stuff? Break in! Alright, let's... I guess we'll just equip whatever we can... Nope, okay. We just want one. We don't want dual wield. Alright. Is this even doing anything? Is this doing anything? Alright. Oh, it is doing stuff. Come on, man. I don't know what it is about attacking doors in this game, but sometimes it's just like impossible. Like what is the point of making me roll to miss? Oh shit, what was that? What was the point? What is the point of making me like roll to miss on something like that? Ooh, stealth field generator. This is actually important. This is good. No. What's over here? Oh shit. Well, this isn't good. I may have just lost. Dude, what if I could clear this room? That would be some shit, right? Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, just keep hitting them with it. There you go. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my nightingale. Baby, my heart's on fire. Baby, I'm all alone. You're a ragtime gal. I'm glad I was suspicious of this segment. But I was like, they're probably gonna make me fight all these fucking dudes. Good night. Har har har. I cleared the room. Didn't even need to blow up a console or anything. Sith pass cards and whatever. Ugh. We got anything in these lockers? Med packs, parts and stuff. Credits. All kinds of good stuff here. Man. Can I loot these? I guess there's not that many lootable bodies over here once I've looted the one dude. Man, Jolie, I'm so glad I picked you, man, because this was T3. Stop trying to get me to aggro the dude behind the, like, he's like behind a wall or something. Open the door and then kill all the Rhodians. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome that Force Whirlwind acts as like also a Force Push. That's ridiculous. Oh! Yeah, just float in circles while I stab you. Stop, man. Come on. Just take this sword. Turn it off. There's nothing in here. This is another insane Rhodian. Why are there so many insane... Why did the Sith capture you? They made everyone go crazy with their interrogation. Rare goods? What do you mean by rare goods? You're a smuggler. Such unnice language. It's like Eunice language. Wait, what? An icebreaker. It lets you swipe it in the computers on the ship. Thanks, homie. I think I may have accidentally not received some help from him, but I can use this on the brig to prevent some bad stuff from happening, I guess. That's cool. Alright, more insane Rhodians over here, I'm sure, behind this door. Hey, what's up? And I'm just gonna recast it on him, and recast it on him, and that should kill him. Use the icebreaker. Wait, do I even need to do this? Is it even necessary? I think this storage container might have my loot or my gear in it. I don't know. No, just random crap. We don't even need it yet. I don't want to waste it if it's like not gonna do anything here. It looks like a big boss like hallway here. Let's just save before I walk into a situation I regret not saving before. Let's see. This is an elevator. Alright. Let's go, Joey! To the cell block. Which is where we are. Alright. To the bridge. Oh. I guess I can't go this way. Can I cast some night speed just to make this go faster? There you go. Go, make haste, Jolie. Oh, this way. Dun da 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 da. That's Monster Hunter World. This is a fun spell to just like blow up mobs with. He's gonna die on the next one. Give me your loot. Give me your loot, loot. You don't have any. Alright. Who in here? Nobody? Droid upgrades. Thanks. I don't care about the decommission. Well, maybe I can. Nah, I'm not really into the whole reactivating droids thing. It's pretty lame most of the time. And often you've already cleared the waves before you even need to use it. So it's pretty wackadosis. More med stuff. I guess they're trying to give you all this because they want you to patience gear. They want to give you all this in case you played like one of your shitty characters. So it's probably not an overly hard engagement. Like I think I'm generally pretty strong for this at the moment. Here we go, 56. The detention terminal. Unlocked apt holding cells and equipment stores.
Well done, Jolie. I knew we could count on you. A Jedi never fails to get the task done.
Now, if I remember the layout of the ship, our equipment should be in a storage chamber just through the north doors. After we grab our stuff, we need to get to the main bridge controls. The bridge is the only place that we can open the docking gates of the hangar where they've got the Ebon Hawk. We have to open those gates before we can fly out of here.
We better get moving. I can feel the darkness of Malak's presence approaching, and I don't want to be here when he arrives. None of us is a match for the Sith Lord.
I'm not afraid of him.
Then you are a fool. The power of the Dark Lord is strong enough to destroy any of us. Even you. It would be suicide to face Malak here. We need to get away before he arrives.
We can get our equipment and blast our way to the bridge controls.
Surprise and secrecy will serve us best. A small group might have a better chance of sneaking on.
Count me in, then. I've got a score to set.
I'm coming too.
It's a good idea. The others can get to the Ebon Hop. The three of us will get our equipment and make our way to the bridge.
Don't you worry about that. I know how to deal with the guards. They won't know what hit them.
Good. Get to the equipment room, grab what you need, and
We'll
get
meet you
going.
there as soon as we get those docking bay doors open. Just make sure the Hawk is ready to fly.
We still have to get our equipment. Let's go. Let's just get our equipment real quick. Mint. Dude, are you really gonna make us like... Oh, look, well, here's my old suit and stuff. You really gonna make us like freaking go through all of this crap? Backpack? And the lockers? This looks like a lot of stuff, man. Ugh. Oh Lord, my money. What about in here? Watch people have like forgotten to grab all this shit in this room. It was all in the one locker, so I guess that's alright, but I guess it's time to get into our topic because I don't know, I'm so tired. I haven't even been keeping track of like what is going on like time-wise with this episode. So it might be early, it might be late. We'll see when I look at the episode. But today the topic is impermanence. And I think just as a warning, I'll re-say that. I think as a warning for some people, this topic might be like a little, I know some people get triggered talking about shit like this, so if you're one of those people, just ignore this episode. Skip past this and go right on ahead to the next one if it has released by this time. So, but yeah, today's topic is impermanence. And it's something I've been thinking about because I recently had a family member get diagnosed with a terminal illness. And it was a family member I was trying to get on this Let's Play prior to the whole COVID crisis. And it's upsetting because this Let's Play is designed to be sort of like a time capsule for everything. And it's upsetting to not be able to get everyone that you want on all the time, or to be worried that maybe someone you won't have those solid memories. And it makes me go back over about like, what is it that you leave behind? What even happens? And it's weird to think that like, as you're driving down the street or you're going down the road or whatever you're doing, that there will come a time for all of us where there will just be a time where like cars will go by on the streets and people will be eating sandwiches, and like random and weird new things will come out and release, and everyone will be talking about it, and it won't involve you in any context. Like, you just won't be there, and it'll be that way forever. Like, life will just go on without you at some point, you know? And it's just something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and how strange it is, just the concept that like in my high school there were a lot of kids that died young. There was at least 4 that I can think of off the top of my head that died from a range of things, whether they be accidents to, you know, things that were never released and we can only assume what they were, or drugs, or car accidents or crashes and stuff like that. I don't know if this is common of all high schools or middle schools, but it happened to a lot of people. And you know, I don't think that the people that care about them ever really get over it. I think they just move on. They don't move on, they just move forward is the best way of putting it. And you can tell because, you know, and the people that are experiencing, or the families that are still experiencing the loss, they, you know, you still see the Facebook post every once in a while among the more like outwards present, or like a publicly present people who would be grieving. And I mean, it's every birthday or every anniversary people post about stuff. So I think it's like good to know that like if something ever happens to you, like your family won't forget about you. You know, they'll move forward. They won't move on. But even the idea of them moving forward is strange. You know, like that there will be things that happen and like movies that will come out and like weird political events and like things that were like just unforeseeable, like COVID itself, for example, right? Like we'll never get to know what Gene Wilder would have thought about COVID because he passed away before it happened. And it's like, it's not like I mean, I just used him because he was a person who's deceased, but or no longer with us, but it's just like those new events, you will never get to get an opinion on that. And I guess it just is the way it is, but it's weird. And it's something I've been thinking about a lot, but it's also weird because the more I thought about it and the more I kind of like went through my own knowledge of stuff, I was like, you know, it is weird that on our planet, this concept of life and death is interwoven in everything in our lives. It's like the foundation for religion. It's the foundation for like needing to eat and food and everything. Every single aspect of our culture and even our biology uniquely, I mean, just for humans and things like humans is built towards around this concept of you know, like impermanence, right? Which this is not even within our own planet, this is not even something that is innate about all or implicit about all life forms. Like there are these, I remember I was reading about these jellyfish or jellyfish-like creatures. I think they're at the bottom of the ocean, but I could be wrong. That aren't believed to like naturally die at any age. And what they do is they grow into like their fully formed jellyfish like adult phase or whatever, and then when they get old they return back into larvae, like Benjamin Button style. Like they're basically Benjamin Button jellyfish, except other than like dying, they're babies again, and then they turn back into adults. And it's like this idea of life and rebirth is not a thing to them. If there was a whole planet of jellyfish, what would their society be like, you know, like where they don't die without outside like forces influencing them or putting them in danger, you know? Like would they have religion? Would they have like the same kind of motivators that we do? Would they want to have sex even if they don't need to like reproduce in the same way that we do? Like our whole society is based around these like strange things that are implicit to just biology. And when you think about like space and time and infinite opportunity and stuff, you think about like, man, how different is like everything out there, like this whole concept of permanence. Even on like our own planet, it's not abnormal to see like trees that are like, oh, this tree is like 400 years old or 300 years old. It's been sitting here this whole time, and to us like 100 is old and everything, you know, underneath that is young. But it's just, I don't know, it's something I've been thinking a lot about because of this family member. And it also brings up this question of like, and again, the Let's Play has always been my answer to this, but like, what do you leave behind that has value? Like what can you even do to like make sure your life has any meaning or any like lasting output into what like our own small existence? Like we're like, as humans, there's so much information out there, and so much, like, a lot of it, which is even like nascent and speculative, is so crazy, right? Like, hey, time doesn't work uniformly everywhere where you are, like in that Matthew McConaughey movie Interstellar, right? Like you can spend like 5 minutes on one side of the galaxy, but it like hundreds, thousands, millions of years are passing somewhere else. There are places where time probably doesn't even work linearly, you know? There's like weird shit of like everything is made up of atoms, which are just energy, but when you observe the energy, it doesn't work in the same way that you're not observing the energy. Like there's all this trippy Cthulhu bullshit going on everywhere in the universe, including things like quantum entanglement and like the binding of electrons, even when they're like super duper distant from each other. There's so much like we don't understand, and like even on the smallest level, our basic like understandings of everything fall apart, even when we just compare ourselves to things that live on our own planet. And it just makes you think like, damn, we're so small, like everything else, we live in an infinitely expanding universe of just clearly so much, like there couldn't be no life anywhere else, right? Like how do we do anything that's even significant? And it's just like a weird question to ask. It doesn't make me depressed, but it makes me think like, man, like what is everything? And I think like the way you can approach this feeling of like powerlessness, which exists, is you just, on some level, you have to just accept that you're an ant. You know what I mean? You have to accept that you are this very small creature who like probably will never have any lasting influence on a greater structure than yourself, right? Like at least directly, right? That's not to say that you won't have any influence, but it won't be like the pulling of the lever kind of moment mostly, right? Like if you look at like ants are pretty capable. They live in like large colonies. They have all these different ants or bees or any other communal insect, and you look at them and they have all this like intricacy and structure and stuff. But do you think like an ant could like influence like the world that we are like possessors of like on Earth in any meaningful way? Do you think an ant can even like comprehend like the like ethical quandaries of like quarantining yourself during the COVID? I mean, I guess the ants do like actually take sick members out of their colony and like quarantine them, like literally, if they have like the brain fungus things, or like there's all kinds of weird shit that goes on with insects. But like there's so many like ethical dilemmas of like lots of different things. Maybe they could conceive of it if their intelligence was higher. Like, I mean, they like if they were even aware of what was going on, right? But it's just like, if you were an ant, like how would you even control anything at that level? You're just like one tiny ass thing that virtually everything could squish. And the best you could do would be to hope to evolve incrementally and pass the baton to the next generation. That's how we all even exist, right? Like we are all products of these incremental changes. Like I think it's just important to establish that like when you look at a question like that, and this is important of everything, most things that tend to be absolute, like in the minds of people, it's not binary. It isn't like the question of like, I don't feel like I can influence the universe, and when I compare to infinity, everything I do is meaningless, thusly I should do nothing. I don't think that's really all that valid. And like a lot of people tend to think this way about other things. Like I remember I was having a conversation with a friend, and he was talking about how he was having trouble like meeting women during COVID, or like where he would even go, because he's like a big shut-in. And even when all this was over, and I'm like, dude, just like don't even like live your life, meet people, get out there, and then you'll find women. He's like, well, I don't even get out there at all. Like, where am I going to get out to? And I'm like, well, you love basketball. Why don't you go play basketball and just go find, some courts somewhere? And he was like, oh, this was the binary part. Oh, the people that I will play basketball with, I don't think they're going to be the kind of people I want to like really hang out with and are going to like connect me with more people, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's a very binary way of looking at things, right? Like there's an absolute truth of all basketball players who go to this place. Thusly, I cannot take this sort of action because I'm comparing it to this absolute. And like, I look at it in the same way as like deciding to do anything, knowing that you yourself are impermanent, right? Like it's just not real. It doesn't stand up in any like real valuable way if you just look at it objectively, right? Like for example, just because Nikola Tesla or Benjamin Franklin could not develop an artificially intelligent God who would somehow save us from our own planet and fix everything, and our own whatever, to make sure, like, I don't know, like stabilize, give us renewable energy, stabilize our population, stop polluting, all that good stuff. Just because they can't do that in their lifespan, it's just impossible, doesn't mean they shouldn't have tried to make alternating current a thing. You know what I mean? Or developed the usage of electricity. Like, just because they couldn't go to like times a million doesn't mean they shouldn't have gone to times 10. You know what I mean? Like, it's just at some point as a mortal being, you're going to have to pass the baton to somebody else, and that person is going to influence people in a way that you don't even understand, unfortunately. Like, you should try to be the best influence that you can, and some things just seem like clearly bad, but like eventually you're going to have to pass the baton, and that the passing of the baton itself has value. You know, like people inherit each other's ideas and their accomplishments, and we all stand on the shoulders of previous generations. And just because like you may not be there to see the fruits of your labor doesn't mean the fruits of your labor like don't matter. Like, how many films were like only famous posthumously after like the people who made them were not around or never got to see their own popularity? Or how many theories like became like way more valid like a long time afterwards? And like, we all live in a society where like virtually like, I don't know, 90% of the shit we interact with we had no hand in making. And like, you know, we drive cars, we have cell phones, we have like organized structures of law and order around us that none of us like had to make ourselves, and it's improved the world. Like, if you don't think it's valid to like have like an ordered and like generally trying to work towards ethical good society in 2020 versus like saying like, you know what, we'll never like prevent the sun from destroying the earth, so what's the point of even like trying to start down this path? You're just stupid. You know, it's way too easy for like, you should almost like look at it as like, accept that you have a stupid monkey brain, and that's the only way that like you can see things, is like it's either white or black. It's either everything or nothing. You can't perceive all the little decisions that clearly add up to the big difference of like, you know, us achieving clean energy in the next 200 years as opposed to the next 1,000 years is probably a huge deal, even though like maybe it won't change everything that's inevitable, right? Like, just getting it done sooner might save a lot of species, might save a lot of people, literally. And so if you look at everything as like binary against infinity, you will not want to do anything. But you just have to accept that this is a stupid monkey brain way of looking at things, and that if you actually look at like the individual steps people have taken, and you even compare it to like other parts of the world that like don't have structure or law or democracy or like technology that allows people to be peaceful and like has all their basic demands met, so we can focus on becoming like a better human race in general instead of just like fulfilling animal needs and impulses and instincts, then you're just stupid. Like, I don't know what to say to you. Like, just look at like us versus like, I don't know, any third world country of starving people. Like, you can't just be like, what's the point? We're all gonna maybe get destroyed by an asteroid at some point, so why even feed the starving? It's like, well, I mean, it just doesn't work like that. I'll probably try to put some better examples in this segment when I go over this, but it's just easy. So I think that gives you some optimism. You know, there is like a degree of antness that you have to accept. Like, you can't always be like the omega hero in your own narrative. You're not gonna like unlock whatever specific power is and like, you know, punch God in the face and rewrite history. Like, what would you even do with it? You're probably, as a human, you're probably not even smart enough to understand all of the questions. You're the ant trying to answer like the to be or not to be question, you know, to like the humans. You're just so small. It's so much smaller than all like a lot of things that you're not there to get to. But you just need to accept that like your contributions do matter, and you need to just look at the world as if you can influence it, because even when you fail, you'll provide the platform for the people behind you to pick up and move forward. So I think that's generally it about Impermanence. This was an episode that was mostly just some theories just stuff that was kind of in my mind because of this terminal illness from a family member. And you know, as far as like what happens and where you go and what all this, you know, what happens after you die and blah blah blah, like, I mean, personally, I have the belief that like matter is not created nor destroyed, and there's all these like weird tales of people like having memories of other people and like being reincarnated, feeling like they were like reincarnated as somebody else, or like they're like dead set that they're this person or whatever. There's so many weird things about like people knowing stuff that they shouldn't know about, like after they've quotes died, or like so many random encounters about people seeing aliens or whatever and saying like, oh, I saw the galaxy, oh, I saw the stars, and I did this and that like not 100% of them could be wrong. And I'm not saying that like it necessarily aligns with like a Judeo-Christian, like a super like straightforward Judeo-Christian view of life and death. But I'm saying that nothing is created nor destroyed. Nothing really starts or ends, you know? We're in the middle of a continuum at all points. And I don't think that looking at like death as like an empty void is like really accurate to anything that we know at all about anything in science, you know? So I think that there's something, whether it's conscious or unconscious, is mostly what scares people. And, you know, whether you are just somebody else that has lived before, or whether you're going to some place, or you're going to be some imprint of a person that's floating around like a soul or a spirit and then does X, Y, or Z, like who knows? It's probably more complex than we can even understand at the moment, right? Like it's probably another example of the ants versus the people. But, you know, I think if you want to feel good about your life and what you want to leave behind, you should do something that's going to be permanent. And I think like internet stuff is the best that we can do. Video, internet sharing stuff is the best that we can do to try to preserve and persevere and try to leave good stuff to the people we care about and to the people who it will hopefully help. So those are my thoughts on impermanence, specifically biological impermanence. And if that is all there is, me and the rest of me and in my nudity will say we'll see you next time. Bye bye.